Welcome back. Kelly here with 1776 Firearms. Going to be doing another shooting review for you today. My wife probably won't be joining us. There's a Bengals game going on. My buddy Mike, he's going to be shooting. And then his wife is coming. Not sure if she's going to shoot yet or not, but for sure my buddy Mike and I are going to be shooting these two pistols. First one, Sig Sauer P232. It's a 380. Nice gun. Not in production anymore, but you can still find them. This is a 3.5-inch barrel, 3-dot sighting system, which I like. This does have a decocker, 7 rounds plus 1 in the barrel if you want 1 in the barrel. We are going to be comparing that to the Bersa Thunder 380. Also 3.5-inch barrel, 3 dots for the sighting, 7 rounds plus 1 in the barrel. Very similar looking guns. There are differences though. One, they don't feel different, or they don't feel different. They don't feel the same at all. This one does have an aftermarket hook grip on it, where this is the Bersa is just factory grips. They both have a decocker. The Thunder is a safety decocker. And the Sig P232 is a manual decocker on the side, just so I can show you where that is. That's over there. The Sig does not have a slide lock, but it does have the slide lock feature when you're shooting at the range, or if you're shooting anywhere. The Bersa Thunder, it does have an external slide lock on it. So there they are. Look forward to shooting them, and then we'll come back and tell you what we think. Guys, these are just meant to be strictly informational, not trying to sell you anything. We're just having fun. I started doing this not long ago to get some quality time in with friends and family. And so far, it's doing a good job of that. And I'm getting some followers, so thank you for that. And you guys are leaving really good comments, too, in the videos. So if you don't think I touched on something, read through those comments, because some people are putting some really good comments in there, so I appreciate that. If you like the video, hit subscribe. If you don't, I'll see you next time. We'll be back in a few. And there it goes. Hey guys, welcome back. So my buddy Mike and I, we just got done shooting. Today it's super rainy outside. I didn't say this in the intro. We're going to be using that indoor range, Vandalia Range and Armory, that I've used a couple of times and that you've seen. Fantastic range. Again, look them up if you're in the area. So we just got done shooting the Bersa 380, the Bersa Thunder, and then the Sig P232. It was a great time. We both shot quite a bit. I felt like both guns handled very similar. Very similar. Then when I switched to the Sig, I aimed exactly the same way I was with the Bersa, and I was on point. So aiming between the two guns, identical. And it didn't take me very many shots to get on point. So for new shooters, these are both 380s. The Bersa Thunder is going to be very readily available. You can find those pretty much anywhere, and they're very affordable. The Sig, not in production anymore, but you can still find them, and they're just a little bit more expensive than the Bersa.
Normally like $500-600, something like that.
Okay. But other than that, I thought they both handled very well. You kind of pointed out the trigger, the reset, so I'll let you talk about that when you do. But in my opinion, they're both fantastic pistols. They both handled very well. No jams, no failure to feeds. I would highly recommend either one of them for someone who's in the market for one of them. Yep. What do you think, buddy?
I guess, same thing. The grip size on the Sig seems just a little bit for those with bigger hands. Obviously, that's going to fit a little bit better. The Bersa is a bit narrower, but other than that, they basically seem like the same gun.
They really did. Performance-wise, I didn't notice a big difference. So those are aftermarket grips, though. You felt that before the aftermarket grips. Would you still say that the grip on this was a little bit bigger than?
Yeah, it's still the same. Okay. So these are the Hogue grips on this one. The stock grips basically feel the exact same size. It's just these are rubbery.
Okay.
So it's got a little bit better texture, which is why I put those on there.
Okay. So you obviously didn't like the factory grip on it.
No, well, small gun, big hands, so I've always looked for, the biggest kind of almost full-size feel in a compact gun.
Okay. What else? Trigger reset.
Yeah, you mentioned the trigger. I think that's one of the big differences between the two. Ultimately, they both shoot similar, but, the reset on the 232 it's very crisp. It's even audible. Your buddy behind you can almost feel it whenever you get to that reset, and it's a shorter reset too than what's on the Bersa.
I think you're right about the audible part. I think when you watch the video, I haven't watched the videos yet, but when you watch the videos, I think you're going to be able to hear that reset where I didn't notice it in the Bersa.
Right.
And for new shooters, what we mean by reset is when you pull the trigger, and there's a round in there, the gun's going to go off. But if you leave the trigger, if you keep it pulled back, and then slowly let out the trigger, you're going to feel where it kind of resets itself, and you can just pull it straight from that point. You don't have to fully let off the trigger. So when he talked about the reset, that's what he's talking about. Experienced shooters are going to know what that is. Some people always shoot from the reset. I think I did another review where my buddy, he always shot from the reset. Does it make you more accurate? I don't know. I've never really focused on that. But there's people that swear like you'll improve your accuracy. So if someone is not as accurate as they'd like to be, next time you go to the range, focus on that reset. Squeeze the trigger till you get that surprise break. Slowly let off until you feel it reset or audibly hear it, and then you can just go from there. It's going to make the trigger pull a lot less. So enough of that. What else you got, bub?
I guess worth note, obviously the difference in manufacture of the Bersa being made for kind of the States and the Sig.
That was made overseas.
Yeah, German.
Yep.
Right. So obviously there's some small differences. The magazine release being on the bottom of the gun on that Sig.
And then over here, the mag release is
Right next to the trigger there.
yep, right there. Sorry, I was thinking it was a mirror image, but I'm the mirror image.
And then safety check real quick. And then the other thing would be is obviously the decocker being Sig style thumb decock lever on the Sig versus on the Bersa. It's built into the safety mechanism.
So when you push the safety down to put it on, that's when it decocks it. Yeah, I think those are.
Other than that, I mean, similar takedown, similar, in terms of, the overall trigger pull, the not only the length of pull, but the actual weight. Double action, single action is the same, for both of them. With the exception of that really crisp reset in the Sig, I think they're very, very similar firearms.
Yep, I agree. In this Bersa, I just want to point out the fact that it does have the manual safety for those of you that really have to have that manual safety. Just keep in mind the manual safety is a mechanical device that can fail, so I would never suggest you just relying on that safety. But other than that, I had a great time, man.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for shooting. Yeah, both guns did really well. I don't know who did better.
We'll say you.
Okay.
It's your channel.
Hey, there you go. All right. No, we both did really well. When we took the targets down, we both did very well in the grouping and stuff. So, hey, thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit subscribe. Again, strictly informational, not trying to push anything on you, just giving you our thoughts on it, and then you do what you want with that. I always recommend going to a range where you can rent them and try them out before you actually buy one. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.